On October 4, America's newest aircraft carrier, USS Gerald R. Ford, deployed for the first time amid rising tensions across the Pacific and uncertainty about the role these seafaring behemoths will play in the future of warfare. The $13.3 billion Ford is the largest and most expensive warship ever to sail. It boasts a sprawling 5-acre flight deck and new technologies aimed at making it, and carriers like it, the world's most powerful well into 2050 and beyond. The vessel holds 4 squadrons of fighters on board and a bevy of support and tactical aircraft, more than 60 planes in all, though it can accommodate as many as 90. Its air power exceeds that of at least 60 nations, and it houses more stealth fighters than are found in all of Russia's armed forces. Ford stands more than 9 stories above the waterline and weighs 97,000 tons. That's 32,000 tons heavier than the largest battleships of World War II. But big doesn't mean slow. Powered by a pair of advanced A-1B nuclear reactors, the ship has nearly 3 times the power of America's existing supercarriers, about 300 megawatts of electrical power in all, according to the Navy. Seeing it on the water is like watching a New York City block cruise past at 34 miles per hour. But new anti-ship missiles from China, some capable of maneuvering at hypersonic speeds above Mach 5, threaten to render Ford and the Navy's entire Pacific Fleet obsolete. In the same way that an emerging technology in World War II, squadrons of attack planes, was deployed by Japan to sink the most powerful US and British battleships, these new missiles have the potential to wipe out the most advanced ships currently sailing the oceans. A sobering report from the Congressional Research Service, updated in August 2022, points to concerns about the survivability of Navy surface ships in potential combat situations against adversaries, such as China, that are armed with large numbers of UAVs and anti-ship missiles, including advanced models. While Russia also possesses hypersonic weapons, China worries the Navy most. The country has aggressively scaled the size of its naval fleet in the past decade and has developed several anti-ship weapons, including highly maneuverable hypersonic missiles capable of reaching Mach 10. China isn't hiding the fact that those weapons are intended to repel American ships. One of its weapons testing sites tucked away in the Taklamakan Desert has full-size mock-ups of US aircraft carriers that it uses for target practice. China's buildup comes at a precarious time for the region. The country claims sovereignty over nearly all of the South China Sea, extending thousands of miles from its own shores. Those territorial lines are heavily disputed. International law recognizes territorial claims only 12 nautical miles offshore. America's allies in the region rely on our naval presence to maintain free shipping lanes, says Jason Lyons, a retired Marine and former CIA officer. That puts the Pacific Fleet within range of China's anti-ship missiles and drones without the ability to reliably defend itself or mount a counterattack. Neither of the fighters operated aboard U.S. flatops. The F/A-18 Super Hornet and F-35C Joint Strike Fighter can reach targets farther than about 700 miles away. That's not just a problem for the U.S. Navy. It's an existential crisis.